Hello and welcome to another update video about LINK. LINK is moving sideways and is consolidating just below a key breakout point here. Obviously, if we zoom out a little bit, you can see that this $21 level up there could act as a breakout point. It's a Fibonacci extension level. In addition to that, it's a previous swing high and can probably act as structural resistance as well as a breakout point. So that's what I'm watching up there. We're dealing here with a 5-wave pattern to the upside from the June lows last year. That 5-wave pattern is nearly complete, so we need to be on the lookout for a potential pullback. Not yet, probably. I'd like to see one more high, but what we're talking about, the highest probability element of this rally is already done. What is the highest probability element? Well, it's typically the 3rd wave, and that's typically worth trading for. As you can see, anything after a 3rd wave can get extremely messy. But then obviously also in the 5th wave here, which started after the wave 4 bottomed in around the 7th of January, also the 5th wave has a 3rd wave. So as you can see here, this 3rd wave was also again quite strong. And again, also here from this move up, the highest probability element was this. So while I think it is reasonable to expect another high, it's like probabilities have already reduced, right? We're very close to a top. Maybe the top has formed yet, but if the top has formed yet, it's not evident because the last move down was in 3 waves. That's what we're watching for. So if a move to the downside is only in 3 waves, yeah, it doesn't rule out further downside, but it definitely keeps the door open for higher. In addition to that, the pattern doesn't appear fully complete, and the upside targets that were reached were only the bare minimum. So therefore, I'm still leaning towards further upside. Have to change my perspective if the price forms a sustained break below $16.80. That's the 50% retracement level, and we would see a break below the orange support zone. Ideally, though, this zone is holding and we're forming one more high. In my main thesis or assumption that one more high should form, well, at least as long as 1680 is holding, we have basically two scenarios, 2 subwave structures. They are part of the same scenario, just 2 different pathways that the market could take. So as you can see there in white, that's the preferred scenario, that we're dealing with this WXY pattern. Wave W, wave X topped here most recently around $21.40. And then the Y wave down completed this wave 4 around the 38.2 retracement level, which is an ideal target for a 4th wave. Also, the wave Y ended just below wave W. Pretty good. That's what we want to see normally. And then the wave 5 could be unfolding right now. That's the main and preferred scenario. And it could reach sort of $23 to $24. There's a cluster of Fibonacci levels there. We've got 3, 23.25, 23.78, and 24.15. Now in the, let's call it alternative pattern, but again, they're both part of the same scenario of one more high. But in an alternative interpretation, we could say here, it's the yellow count that's unfolding. In the yellow count, we have an A, B, C. Basically, the Y wave would still be unfolding, and it's forming an extended ABC. There's no way for me to confirm this because there is no sign that a wave C has started. And to be honest, I would prefer the white count. And if another move down forms, then we should really hold 1680. Or I have to assume that the entire pattern that started in June 2023 is already completed and all the waves are complete. I mean, on the larger time frame, we can already see 5 waves to the upside. So we can already identify the bare minimum of well, basically, no, we can identify a complete pattern. Only the microstructures would suggest that it's likely that we could get one more high, but yeah. So I'm not going to call a top in place because, I mean, extensions are always possible. Yeah, I'm telling you, ideally, $24 to $26, but further extensions are possible. So I don't want to call a top in place until we have confirmation, which would be a break below 1680. That's my update about a LINK. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.